Welcome to Who Let the Dogs Out, the podcast designed to help you enjoy life with your best friend without all the frustrations. Join us each week as we help families across the country do just that. I'm your host, Corey, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Sally.
And today, we've got another Q&A coming for you guys.
We do. We got some great ones today.
It should be an interesting topic.
Yeah. And one of them is I need an opinion from you.
Okay, good. Well, why don't we tell them what the questions are? So
questions.
Know what we're gonna be talking about.
We're talking about dogs pawing at you for attention.
Okay.
10-week-old high energy hyper puppies. We're going to talk about is one breed more stubborn than the other? And then I've got the opinion on
What's the opinion question?
Buying a puppy from a parking lot where somebody's selling them out of the back of a vehicle.
Okay. I'm sure we can come up with some hot takes. So those are the questions. In full transparency, I gave the 3 first questions to her today. A lot of times when Sally gets on the show, she asks me questions that you guys write in. I don't know the answers, or I don't know the questions to the that she's going to ask me until we get on the show. But these ones, I had people ask me throughout the week, and I thought they were really good and really relatable. And so I wanted to bring them on the show. So I do know the questions today. But if you guys want to write in a question, you can write that into Sally at
wonderdogtraining.com.
Yep. So if you want to write in a question, you can do it there, or you can drop it in the comments below, and we will read those and use them on the show. So you can do that as well. For those of you guys that you don't know us, my name's Corey. I'm the founder of Wonder Dog Training. We started the first day of 2018, and since then we've trained thousands of dogs and thousands of families across multiple cities and multiple states. And with the big goal of helping people enjoy life with their best friends without all the frustrations. And that's who I am. And you are?
I'm Sally. I'm part of the administration, doing phone calls, inventory, payroll so the team get paid, and podcaster.
Yeah. It really is still crazy to me, like just thinking that like we have a show on the internet.
I know.
And people actually listen to it.
And it's growing.
And it is growing. It is
growing.
Yeah, I sent Sally something last week that we officially crossed the 100 followers on Spotify mark. So, because YouTube seems to be the bigger one.
Yeah.
But for now. But yeah. And the crazy thing is people actually listen to it. I'm like, what the heck? This is crazy.
Well, I'm not surprised. You give out some great training tips and advice.
Yeah.
I tell everybody about it that I got on the phone.
My goal from the beginning, and I've got the goals for the podcast hanging in my office, but make it edutainment, educational, and fun. Like people who don't necessarily need to know how to get their puppy to stop pawing at them, they'd still want to listen to it because it's a fun show. It's not just about dog training, because that can get a little old. Ask me, I know I've listened to thousands of hours of dog training podcast.
But we have fun doing it.
We do. Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing it.
We have fun doing
this.
But
anyways, it is growing. And I was just sitting here thinking before the show, I didn't say it to you because I said I'd save it for the show, but it's like, man, it is just so crazy. We have a show on the internet.
Know.
And it's crazy too, because I'll go to people's houses and it's like, I was at this one on Saturday and they have a Great Pyrenees, and they were like, which prompted the question about are some breeds more stubborn than that? No, it is a different one. No, it's a bull mastiff actually. Anyways, but I always ask people like, hey, okay, well, there's a lot of trainers on, Facebook, Google, wherever you found us. Like, what made you choose Wonder Dog? And he's like, well, one, y'all are the only ones that seem real and seem genuine or whatnot. Like from like the marketing to the call to like, and then he's like, and you're the face of the brand, and like you're sitting right here in my living room talking to me. And he's like, that's just really cool of you to do stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that means a lot. Thank you so much.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I think that is something important though, like as a business owner, it's just like talking real to people, like being a real brand, like
being
a real
personable,
For
caring.
sure. I mean those. Yeah, I just mean like being like real, like saying real stuff, like stuff that people can really relate to. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah, all the other stuff.
But all the other stuff, that's important though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, if any other dog trainers want to listen to us and they're like, hey, I want to copy these people. I want my business to be like theirs. The number one thing you can do is just be nice to people. Go above and beyond for people. Our first company value is deliver wow, which means we try to deliver an amazing experience to and that's all around. That's to like our clients, of course. We want to wow them with the experience. We want to wow our team members by being a great place to work. We want to wow the people that we vend with, like our vendors and stuff like that, by paying people on time and just, going above and beyond for our vendors and stuff like that. And so we want our whole company, when people interact with it, just be like, wow, I love these people. And so if you want to do that, just be nice to people. I mean, that's it.
Absolutely.
Just be nice to people. Just be nice, kind, be fast on the phones, stuff like that. So anyways, a little business advice. Okay. Well, we'll skip the format stuff today. Because because we have a pretty consistent audience at this point. So
I think so.
Yeah. We do dog talks too. Come on and listen to dog talks or interviews. We do those too. Anyways, but yeah, big one. If you guys like the show and y'all get any value out of the show today, you think it's fun, entertaining, you learn something new, we just ask you to share it with a friend, family member, colleague, something like that. And then if you're listening to the show and you haven't liked or followed or subscribed or whatever it is, we just ask you to subscribe so that way you'll see the future episodes, but also it help boost us up in the numbers and help us get out to more people. And that's really our goal here. It's very holistic. We just want to help people with their dogs for free and give out the same training info we would if you were paying us for training. So that's kind of the big goal. And there goes my dog barking. Mia, come here. Hey, Mia, get over here. Come here. Stop it. One of the trainers probably just got here. You lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down somewhere.
She's grumbling.
Go lay down.
Grumbly girl.
Okay. So normally I ask you to start like how it's going and stuff like that. But I think I want to tell you first about the train of dogs that we had this weekend. So me and my mom, you've seen it on Facebook because my mom posted on Facebook.
Yeah, but, it's cute.
So this past Sunday, Mia, I don't know if I've talked about it on the show before, but Mia absolutely loves the four-wheeler in her old age. She's always loved running next to the four-wheeler, but like now for whatever reason, she just really loves the four-wheeler. So if we're at my parents' house, she'll literally just lay next to it. You take a step off the back patio, she's running in circles around it and stuff like that. Just absolutely loves the four-wheeler. So anyways, this past weekend, I was driving it. We did like a lap or two. She ran around it for a minute. It was fun, whatever. And then afterwards, I put her on the four-wheeler, but I had my wagon over at my parents' house, so I hooked it up to the back of the four-wheeler, and I was like, I wonder if we can get any other dogs to get in and ride behind the four-wheeler and make a little wagon behind the four-wheeler. So we get Osa, the Chow Chow in there, and at first she really didn't like it, but she also didn't like getting on place at first either. And so anyways, but if you can just keep her still for a second, she'll just like plop and just lay down. And so put her in the basket. We're walking next to her, kind of holding her on a leash a little bit to like kind of play. It's like place and stay, but in a wagon basically behind the four-wheeler. So, and so anyway, so we're walking next to her, holding her. She's trying to jump out at first, and then she's like, "Okay, I guess I'm sitting here now." So she sits in the four-wheeler, and so then she starts riding behind it. Well, it started with the weenie dog at first. It started with the weenie dog because the weenie dog is like she's been getting a lot more active as she's getting older. Now that she started some new medicine. And so I was like, she was running towards the four-wheeler, and I was like, I'll just put the wagon on it. So she started on it, and at first she didn't like it, and then she was like, this is actually a lot of fun. And so anyway, she had a lot of fun. So then we put the Chow Chow in there, and then we put them in there together. And then we have another wagon. So we hooked up the second wagon to the first wagon. And so then we put the Border Collie in there. And he is by far the youngest and healthiest of the bunch. And so at first he did not really want to ride in there, but we got him to stay in there eventually. And so then we did a wagon train and we called it the Wonder Dog train.
Charlie?
And so we were just driving around the backyard in the four-wheeler with all the dogs just riding the wagon. It was a ton of fun. They absolutely loved it.
Oh my goodness.
I can't tell you how much genuine fun though me and my mom had making those damn dogs riding the four-wheeler wagon. It was so fun.
It was looked so fun.
Yeah. I'll write a note to myself and I'll have Gideon put the picture in here.
Put the pictures up for everyone to see. It's like the little kiddie ones that you see when you go to shopping malls that drive around the mall.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was.
But that's just keeping the little fur babies entertained.
Yeah, I made a note to myself. I'll put those in the folder for Gideon to put in the show for us.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Well, any updates with the Solster?
Well,
besides his media appearances?
I was just about to say he's getting recognised now because he's such a celebrity.
Go on a neighborhood walk, people are coming. Is that Sully
the Wonder
Sully?
Dog?
Is that Sully the Wonder Dog?
Is he the one that sits and stays?
On a real note, though, Sully's racked up hundreds of thousands of views online.
Yeah,
like between different ads that we have going on and stuff like that.
People just love him.
Yeah,
because he's cute.
Yeah, and then we just had a girl come in last week to shoot a few like Facebook social media videos for us and stuff like that, and we did one and. I was talking at a whiteboard. I was coming up with it was like a super fast potty plan, like how to potty train your dog in 60 seconds, which for me is how to potty train your dog in 100 seconds because that's about how short we could make the video. But she's like, you need a visual hook, like you need something that I was gonna like people want to stare at other than you. And I was like, okay. And so then we put Sully on a bed in front of the thing, and it was just so funny because the hook for the video is like, is your dog pissing all over your house? And then it just goes to the Sully, and I think it's the Law and Order dun dun.
Yeah.
And Sully's like, what?
So he like looks over. Like, It's like, me?
Another one too that's really funny is she goes in the second point or whatnot. It's like bring the treats out with you to pay your dog when they go potty, and then she clips over to Sully and it goes, "Wait, you guys are getting paid?" We were cracking up. It was so funny. She did such a good job. So,
and the end picture was Sully got paid.
Yeah, Sully did get paid.
Sully did get paid.
Disclaimer: Sully got paid.
Yeah.
And then he's having more media appearances because tomorrow night we're taking him to shoot more videos with him.
I know.
Yeah, he's a real star.
He's loving it.
He's a real
this
star.
attention.
He's a real star. You want to tell the fence story?
Oh, people. So, at the bordering fence, which actually isn't my fence, a panel had actually blown down, so it gave access to next door. Of course, Sully Monster found it and took himself over there. And he did that late at night. Well, fortunately, the neighbours must have been in the house, whatever. And he came back. Again, about memory, the next morning, I let Sully out. He runs straight down to where the fence panel is, hopped over, went next door. I'm shouting him like a crazy woman because he's just... he was just all over the place in their yard, sniffing and all the rest of it. And then my neighbour came out. And rather than Sully being, a little bit nervous and running back, no, he stood his ground about 6 foot away from the neighbour and just barked continually. And I don't know how we got him away from or distracted that focus, but we did. And I got him back. And now we've propped the fence up until we can get it fixed again. So he didn't do it.
That baby needs some training.
That baby is getting worse. He is just a handful.
You put a camera on that fella? Top tier.
No, the difference is with Trainer Man and not his mom.
Okay, and then
he ignores me.
And then we got a couple comments on one of our last episodes. So Stafford said, "I like the leather leash best. Ollie was great when Gordon came. I remember Gordon saying Ollie is perfect, but when Gordon's gone, OMG." Relatable.
Well, I never.
Relatable. And then he also said, "When are we going to see Sully and Mia on the podcast?" Never thought about it. But we could, because they both talk.
We could.
Yeah. They both talk.
They both share their opinions on things.
Yep. And then this was on the boredom episode. He said, on dog boredom, spend more time with him. I spend about 5 hours a day with Ollie, and his main job is to stay quiet at night. So, hey, and that's a hell of a job because,
great
keep
job.
Him quiet at night. So, anyways, that's it from us. Let's do questions.
Absolutely. Here we go then. So this is the first question that was put to you.
Question 1.
Okay. My dog is pawing on me when I'm sitting on the couch. Should I get off the couch or should the dog get off the couch? Yeah. I think we might know where this is going.
Yeah. So this question came from a lady with a bull mastiff. She just signed up for training, and she's actually next door neighbors to one of my police dog friends. And great family, but they just adopted a bull mastiff puppy from the shelter a few months ago. Anyways, she's really cute, very sweet. But yeah, just paws at it's a husband and wife, and she paws at the woman all the time when they're on the couch, and like won't give her any personal space, pawing at her all the time and stuff like that. And I saw it because they were sitting on our couch, and then she got up on the couch and started pawing at her. And so she's like, well, yeah, every time that she does it, I just get up and move to a different chair. And she's like, and it's weird because you'd think she'd want me on the couch with her because she wants to be near me, but she paws me so much, it makes me get off the couch and go away from her or whatnot. And so the question was kind of like, well, she asked, should I get off the couch or should the dog get off the couch? And I was like, it's your couch. The dog is a dog. The dog should get off the couch, or the dog can be on the couch and just not paw you all the time or whatnot. Because the dog was pawing me quite a bit too. And every time, and because I was sitting in an office chair and I had the dog on a leash and the dog was next to me. Maybe it wasn't. She wasn't on a leash at this point in the appointment. And she's pawing at me. And so every time she did, I just kind of swat her hand back down over and over again. And then I'd, reward her when she stopped doing it. I wasn't really correcting her other than just being annoying by putting her paw down every time or whatnot. But she learned pretty quick. Like the first time she pawed me probably like 10 times and I just water paw down 10 times. And then the next time was probably 7, then 5. And then she did it a few other times, but like once or twice, and she started learning like, oh, okay, I can't paw this guy. He's not going to tolerate that or whatnot, And so not in a mean way, just kept pushing her paw down. Hey, we're not doing that to me, not doing that to me, And anyway, she got the idea and she stopped pawing me all of a sudden. And so then I told the owner, one of the big lessons to kind of take away from this was just, you have to be more stubborn than the dog. So if like the dog paws you 10 times, you got to stop the dog 10 times, like you have to stick with it. But you can't just get to the point where you're like, okay, I give up. I'll just get off the couch or whatnot. Because then the dog wins. And then that's reinforced behavior where the dog's like, okay, well, I'll just keep pawing. Like she's going to give up and I'll just keep pawing
Does
at her.
the dog move to where she's moved?
No, she moved to a chair.
So the dog doesn't try and climb up on the chair. It stays on the couch.
That is what it sounded like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So anyways, I just thought it was an interesting question though.
Yeah.
Should it be me that leaves the couch or should it be the dog that leaves the couch? And I was like, well, clearly the dog should leave the couch.
The
dog should be
the
one that leaves the couch.
I must admit, I thought it was going to go that way.
Yeah, the couch is a right or a privilege, not a right. So like you don't get to be on the couch unless we let you on the couch. You know? So yeah.
Nice.
So
I wonder how how things are going.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they just signed up for training last Saturday.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if
I think they start this week or next week or something.
Using your techniques, it's helped. Okay, we'll have to ask and update you. Okay, here's another one. So this couple, husband and wife, they have a new 10-week-old puppy, and they're finding that it's a lot of work. When will my puppy be more tolerable?
Great question, and I love this question for a number of reasons. But first, this came from an appointment from yesterday, a transfer-based session from yesterday. They actually did sign up for training, and I'm very excited for them. And they saw a lot of results just even in the appointment yesterday, and stuff they can start doing with the dog. And a lot of it was just very similar to like the episode we did a while back called 8 Ways to Get Your Dog to Stop Puppy Nipping. If you've got a puppy that's biting you, go watch that. It'll be a real big benefit to you. But first, I was going to say they were a referral from a client that actually just graduated yesterday with her dog, Samson. So that's who the person was. But yeah, so she just graduated yesterday. And I was going to say for any of our clients that are listening, if you refer anybody to us, you either get cash or free lessons or baths. So if you know anybody, friends, family, colleagues, et cetera, that need their dog trained locally, feel free to send them our way and we'll either give you cash or free lessons or baths for your dog. So anyways, that being said, I love this question because this couple was really, I mean, they were just honest. They're like, and it took a while, like sitting there for them to like kind of say the words of exactly how they're feeling or whatnot. But I really admire them for actually being willing to do so because a lot of people get dogs and then it's a lot more than they bargained for. And so like they kind of confided in me yesterday and said like, number one, like the dog, it is a lot more work than we thought it would be to get this puppy. Number two, like this puppy has kind of taken our peace of mind a little bit at like peace out of the house or whatnot because that's a lot to deal with, especially when you're dealing with a 10-week-old puppy. You're on puppy duty. Where's the dog at? What's the dog doing? Always getting into something, right? And so anyways, all that being said, I really admire them for saying that just because there's a lot of people that feel that way but aren't, willing to vocalize that and say, hey, this is more than I signed up for. I don't like this. And like there's people on the internet, like on Reddit that are like, asking like, when am I going to start liking my dog or whatnot? And it's like, man, that is so sad to me. Like that is so sad. Because like, if you go back to our mission statement, I opened with it. I've said it twice on the show. Our only goal is to help people enjoy life with their dogs without all the frustrations. And the frustrations are the things that keep us from enjoying our dog, the jumping, the pulling, the biting, the not coming in cold, bolting out the door, eating off the counter, potty on the floor. That's all the stuff that actually keeps us from enjoying our dog. Yeah. And so our dogs as owners. And so anyways, all that being said, the question that they asked was like, he asked was, well, when is the dog going to be more tolerable? And I was like, well, and if you go back all the way to our first episode, you asked me, you said, what are 3 things, what should you be doing with your dog every day? And my answer hasn't changed. It's the same, the 3 things that kind of equal a trained dog are, number 1 is training. So that's teaching the dog what to do and what not to do. Yeah. Stimulation, which branches off into 2, mental and physical. And then a 3rd thing is maturity. We have control of 2 of the 3 things. Yeah. So like you can't make a dog mature faster. Yeah. You can't really, I mean, I guess hypothetically you could, but you don't really want to. And so, so training, teaching the dog what to do and what not to do. So that's teaching obedience and also teaching like what bad behaviors not to do and things like that, right? And then the second one is stimulation, mental and physical. So giving the dog's brain something to do and giving their body something to do. And so what I did for these people yesterday was we did the ping pong game. Unfortunately for them, they have a huge backyard and the dog did really good. I actually told him when he walked in, we did the puppy ping pong game, which is where you just work on like name, come here. So like Sully, come. And so the dog runs back and forth between 2 or 3 people kind of, and you're kind of spread out with treats and stuff. And it's a fun way to teach the dog their name and recall and pair something positive with coming to the humans, but also a good way to wear the dog out and get their energy out.
Use some of that energy.
Because they start sprinting because they're like, oh my God, I'm getting snacks. And so they start sprinting between people. And so that's what we did yesterday as a way to start working on calming the dog down. And you could argue that's mental and physical stimulation because it's mental in the sense that it's working the dog's brain, but it's physical in the sense that the dog is running to the other person to go get food, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, so in terms of when the dog's gonna be more tolerable, I think it that term needs. I guess the definition is up to the person who's asking the question, which is, but tolerable to me would be like, because there's like puppy tolerable, and then there's like tolerable. Like Mia is very tolerable because she's 9 years old now. She's 9.5. She's very calm. She fits like a glove onto my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So she's very tolerable in that sense. But then there's like puppy tolerable. So I told him, I'm like, okay, let's say your dog graduates at 6 months, right? Your dog's a wonder dog. You maintain your dog's training through our events and stuff like that we do on the weekends. Like puppy tolerable is like your dog's like pretty good for the most part, but like it's still a golden retriever puppy. It's still a golden retriever puppy. So it's like you're still gonna be dealing with like probably a little bit of stuff that you don't like every now and then or whatnot. But the goal is with dogs with bad behaviors, like we wanted those things going entirely, or if they do happen, we the humans know how to handle it, right?
Yeah.
But tolerable to me means like generally listens, generally doesn't do bad stuff, and like is overall just like a decent member of the household or whatnot. Now we can start that process sooner by teaching the dog what to do and not do, and exercising the dog. And so it's like, how soon is the dog going to be tolerable depends on like really what the owner does with the dog, what the owner does with the dog. So
absolutely. The thing to remember as well with these younger dogs, they're not doing it to be annoying or it's these impulses that they just
Well, I think this brings up another thing too, is it's like a lot of the stuff that the internet tells you to do with your dog is complete BS. Like, okay, perfect example would be, and if this would go back to our puppy nipping episode and I'll actually teach you how to get your puppy to stop nipping. But like the biggest thing you're going to see on the internet is like, okay, dog's biting you, give the dog a toy. If you've ever had a puppy biting on you, you know that they want to bite your hands more than they want the toy that you're going to give them. They do not want the toy. They want to bite your flesh. They do not want the toy. It doesn't work. You have to teach the dog what not to do and then give them something to do. So if you want to give your dog a toy, that's fine. Correct the puppy first in a puppy appropriate way. There's definitely ways to correct puppies that are appropriate, and then give the puppy a toy afterwards. But if you're ever been dealing with a crazy golden retriever or German shepherd puppy that's biting your hand, they don't want the toy. They want to bite your flesh. That is it, period. And so it's like, man, you read all this stuff on the internet and watch all these YouTube videos and stuff, and it's like, man, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It sounds great on paper. I'm not saying this is clearly not a rule. There are some dogs that will just happily take a toy. But like, give me a crazy golden retriever puppy. They don't want to do that. They want to bite your hand.
They're
That is
having
way
fun
more
doing
fun.
that. And the more you react to it, the more they think it's fun and carry on doing it.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I will say, on puppy toys, every dog owner that I go to their house, and I still do a lot of appointments in people's houses, have a lot of people come here. It's a weird mix. I actually don't know why you do that. Anyway, different story. I know why we did go to their house, but different. Anyways, everybody has a huge toy box of toys for their dog or whatnot. Most dogs would be happy if you just empty a water bottle, crunch it up, and then give them an empty water bottle. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on dog toys because most puppies would honestly rather play with a water bottle that's crinkly than a stuffed dog toy anyways. It's really strange. Like the other day we had a puppy here, and I've got a toy box in the place that we do the appointments or whatnot with people. I have a toy box. There's all sorts of toys in there and stuff like that. But I tossed this little like water bottle on the ground for this puppy that was crinkled up, and the dog wanted to play with the water bottle way more than anything else.
You can actually buy toys where you put the crinkly empty water bottle inside it. You don't even need it. Just give him.
I swear we're in the wrong business. We got to get the dog toy business. We got to. I said this before at Hollywood Feed. It was some super rainy morning, and we were at some event there or something like that, and we had a table set up, and I was the one there that was working the table. This within the last 3 to 6 months. And anyways, I'm there, and this girl walks in with a puppy, super cute puppy, and she's literally got a basket full of stuff for the dog. I'm like, that's probably $500 worth. I'm like, we are in the wrong business. And like, you know, they're just going to keep buying more and more stuff for the puppy. It just got to be cute.
And if the dog ruins their favorite one, you go out and replace it with an exact same one.
Who would have known that lamb chop toys would be so fun? Everybody has lamb chops. We did a story on that a while back, an article on that a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Anyways, but one thing too to remember with puppies, guys, if you have a puppy and you've got a dog and it's like, or a rescue dog or something like that, you know, this goes for a lot of rescue dog people too. They're like, you know, they get this dog out of the shelter, they love the dog and they want to help the dog so bad, but the dog is just bad and it's really annoying. Number one, I would say is just hire us, get your dog trained. Shameless plug. But the nice thing about having a dog compared to a human child is you could just put your dog up if you're tired of dealing with them or whatnot. And I think that's a big weight of relief off of people's shoulders because like this couple yesterday too, they felt like they had to entertain the dog all the time. Well, they actually did have a schedule for their dog and they'd put their dog down for naps, which is great. But even still with their schedule, they thought they had to entertain the dog all the time and keep the dog busy and entertained and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just not true. You can put the dog up. You can put the dog outside. Yeah. If you don't want to do that, you could tie a leash to the chair. And if you're a work from homer, just have your dog tied to your work chair or whatnot. Like you don't have to entertain the dog all the time. Yeah. And if the dog's being really bad, put the dog up. You're allowed to do that. Put him down for a nap.
Yeah, have some time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Oh, my dog's not going to like my crate. Put him up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Put them up.
Well, I should imagine similar to human children, but the more you give input to the puppy, the more that they want it anyway because they don't know how to relax and switch off and self-soothe.
I didn't ask the trivia question of the week. Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, ADHD much? Squirrel.
All right, everybody, sorry for the podcast interruption, but I forgot to ask the trivia question when we were recording. I remembered to record the answer, but forgot to ask the question. So here is the question for the week. Which breed of dog was originally bred to run alongside horse-drawn carriages guarding both the horses and their passengers? And is it A, the Dalmatian, B, the Great Dane, C, the Pointer, or D, the English Setter? So that's the question of the week. You'll have the answer at the end of the podcast, so stick with us till the end if you want the answer to the question of the week. So that's it, and back to the show.
But yeah, I think the more you do, the more they expect.
Great point.
Because they don't know how to take care of themselves, as in like maybe self-soothe or just play with their toys by themselves. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good one. Golden retrievers are very cute as well.
Very naughty.
Very naughty, but very cute.
Oh my God, this one's puppy fur was so cute. It was all clumped up together and stuff. It was just the cutest thing ever.
Oh, it takes me back.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
Buy a farm. Golden retrievers.
Just have hundreds of golden retrievers running around.
Tell me that ain't heaven on earth.
That is heaven on earth, actually.
You just go outside. They're just like, oh my God, he's outside.
Little fur balls.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun. That would be dog therapy overload.
Yeah.
Love it.
Charge people that are sad $100 to come visit the farm.
Yeah.
Just sit in a pen with all the golden retrievers. They're just like...
We could have cabins that they could come as a weekend retreat.
We're going to have to finish this offline. People are going to steal our business idea.
Yeah. I was going to say swim with the puppies. Instead of swimming with dolphins.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, we're on to something.
We're on to something here, folks.
We're on to something. Do not copy our ideas.
Cut that.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Okay, let's get on, because now my brain's puppy brain. Okay, this is an interesting one, so I'm can't wait to hear your opinion on this. Someone said that there are no breeds that are more stubborn or hard to train than any other. What's your thoughts?
False. You should ask that as a true or false. Yeah, no, this
is true or false?
False.
False.
Yeah, this is one that came up, and I can't remember if it was with the Great Pyrenees family or the Bull Mastiff family or who it was with. But yeah, somebody said that at an appointment, and they're like, and they also agreed. They're like, that's just not true. And they're like, and if you've ever met a Great Pyrenees, you know that is just not true. It's just not. Yeah. Yeah, I would say I agree with the sentiment that most dogs are trainable. I'm not going to say all, because I do think that there are some dogs that are like past the point of rehabilitation when it comes to cases of aggression or different things like that, or just what they were born into. But for the most part, most dogs are trainable. Now, there is definitely some elements that go into training a dog that are like take out human consistency, the want of the human to like have a good dog that doesn't do stuff and you know bad stuff and gets to their goals and stuff like that. Like exclude the human out of it entirely, and let's say that you have a really great trainer. There are certain dogs that are just tougher to train. Yeah. Anything with the name bull in it, bulldog, bull mastiff, English bulldog, French bulldog. You know, like we train a lot of Frenchies and you know a handful of English bulldogs over the years and stuff like that. Very smart dogs. Also very stubborn. You know, it's like they've got a great mix of both, but there's a lot of stubborn in those dogs.
Yeah.
Great Pyrenees, that's another one that's very stubborn. We've got 2 of those in the last week. You know, great dogs, very smart. Should probably be living with goats somewhere
just out in a field,
just hanging out. That's where their happy place is. But you know, we've got them in houses at this point in America. So yeah, let's train them. But yeah, they're stubborn dogs. Yeah. Some dogs are a lot less driven than others. You could argue that like less drive is, I guess I wouldn't correlate the two. I wouldn't say that less drive equals more stubborn, maybe just harder to train just if they don't really care about food or toys or anything like that. Yeah. But yeah, stubborn for sure.
What about doodles?
Yeah, doodles. There are a lot of trainers that talk bad about doodles. Me personally, I love doodles. Always make a joke. If I was restarting a dog training company, I'd call it Doodle Dog Training and just train doodles because we train so many of them. I guess you could argue that they're stubborn a little bit, but in my experience, they're just too smart for their own good. That's the problem. They're not stubborn. They're just too smart for the humans that own them. You know,
they outsmart
100%. Yeah, they learn what they can and can't get away with, and then they freaking train the human to and
play one off against the other.
Yeah, they play them like a game.
They find the weakest link.
Yeah, for sure. Between the two of us, me and Sally, who do you think's the weakest link? Comment below. She knows herself.
I'm the weakest link. I'm not a dog trainer.
Yeah.
You're a master trainer.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Although I'm the weakest link when it comes to Mia, because earlier Mia walked up to Sally while we're sitting at the big table here we have it here in the office, and Mia walks up to her, literally throws herself against the scooter and is like, "Hey, pet my butt." And Sally's literally just like, "What?" Like, pet that baby's butt. Give that baby some scratches.
And I did.
She did.
I follow instructions really well. Well,
anyways,
sometimes.
But yeah, some breeds are definitely more stubborn than others. So that's that.
Yeah. I'd got a comment, but now it's gone out. It's gone out my brain. It'll come back.
Typical.
It's not. Yeah. What was I going to say?
No doubt.
I think I was thinking more along the lines of, and you've said it many times, before you get a dog, think about what breed you're going to get.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I've had a number of people talk to me about that, and recently it seems like, people ask me about that and talk to me about that and stuff, and I think that's a great idea. I think you definitely should.
Oh, because that was the other one. Huskies. Husky mixers as well.
Also very stubborn. Oh
my God. And vocal.
Yeah, very vocal.
You have got to be ready. I was speaking to a gentleman this morning who's got a German Shepherd Husky mix.
We just graduated one yesterday.
And he's so adorable.
He's so adorable. That's who referred the client with the puppy.
Yeah, he is full of mischief.
Yeah, very cute though.
Into everything.
You know what though? I did get to hear the story, and I don't really. I mean, I see the dogs, here at the shop, of course, or whatnot. But like, they knew the people that we asked the puppy question about or whatnot. They knew them, and so I was like, because the guy asked me like 4 times. He's like, "So you think she's trainable? You think she's fixable? You think this?" By the way, if I'm ever at your house or you're at my shop and I'm selling you dog training, if I don't think your dog's fixable, I will not sell you train it. You've got my word on that. I 100% won't. Yeah. If I don't think I'm the best person to take your money, I'm not taking it.
Yeah,
like, trust me.
True.
If we're not a good fit, I will tell you straight up. been to, I don't know if it's hundreds, but a lot of sales appointments over the year. And I'm just tell people straight up, I'm not the best person for this job.
Yeah.
And if it is, and if I am, trust me, we'll take your money and I will train your dog. But I pulled up their notes because I was like, this dog was so bad when we started the Husky Shepherd mix or whatnot. And so I pulled up their notes of goals and problems and I read it off to them. And I'm like, yeah, so you're not alone. Like there's a lot of people with really naughty dogs out there, you know? And so, but then I had her original notes when she filled out the form and it was like, want to take him hiking and go swimming with him. So need him off leash trained. And apparently she had told the girl I was sitting with at the time, her and her husband, that she had literally the previous weekend, they had been to Mud Island and went off leash and been swimming and all sorts of fun stuff like that. I'm like, that is just so cool. It's so fun. That's what it's all about, man.
Enjoy them fur babies.
That's what it's all about.
But yeah, he's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Okay, so so that's a good one. So,
But yeah, Huskies are stubborn dogs. That's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, my Husky joke's like, if you train 10 labs, 9 of them are going to be the same. If you train 10 Huskies, all 10 of them are going to be different. They're all trained very differently. They're all very unique. The solutions for them are all very unique. You have to be a pretty good trainer, I'd say, to figure it all out, but it's definitely doable.
We love them though.
We are implementing a Husky tax, though. So if you are bringing a Husky to Wonder Dog, be prepared to pay 10% more. Between the fur tax and the howling tax, there's a tax.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the Husky tax. We wrap
the back talk that you get from them. They have to have the last word.
Should we tell? So yesterday, Samson was here, and we were. Yesterday, Samson was here, and we. Me and Sally were back here at the table right here, and we were working and talking or whatnot. And anyway, Samson's out front making noise and just doing his very husky-ass talk or whatnot. And so me and Sally were back here mimicking him, and I was like, you know what, Sally, we should go up front, and we should show them our impression of Samson.
Did.
So we go up.
We did.
We go up front, and we start going, boo!
Yeah. And Samson replied.
At first, he was looking at
He looked at us like, and that little head tilt though. He looked at us and then he went.
It's like he's talking my language.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah. So, anyways, we
the trainers didn't think it was funny.
They were not.
They were trying to quieten him down. We go out, get him riled up.
Yeah.
So they were like.
He's not hard to rile up. You just have to look at him.
Ian, you just
start.
Yeah. But as soon as we were talking with him, he was like, oh, my people.
Yeah. He's like,
Bless
these
him.
guys get me.
Too funny.
Okay, one last little thing. This is funny. I said that these people get me. So I went to the Schnauzer's house yesterday, and I go to the lady's house or whatnot, and the dog's very reactive to people or whatnot. And so she gives me this whole spiel about how to meet them, and it was nice that she had a spiel, and I'm like, wow, that's good. You know what you're talking about. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, I've done this a time or two. I know how to meet dogs that don't like people. So anyways, she brings the dog out, and the dog's barking and whatnot. I told the dog some treats or whatnot. And then after that, me and the dog are fast friends. So she's like, hey, I want you to see him barking at people and dogs in the cove. And so I'm like, okay, sure, let's do it.
Let's
so
go
I
see
walk the
them.
dog. Anyways, we go in the house, and I'm probably like 10 minutes into sitting on their couch. The dog is literally, I'm sitting on their a chair that's about as wide as me. I was a little crunched up. But I'm sitting in this chair, and the dog is in my lap, and he's literally leaned back against my chest like this, and my left hand just rubbing his stomach or whatnot. And she's like, this is the side of him that people don't get to see. And I was like, yeah, he just knows that I understand him. Like, hey, don't come on too strong. Let's make slow friends, and then we can be fast friends, you know? And it was just really funny because I was like thinking to myself this whole time that the dog was in my lap. I'm like, this dog's probably thinking, this guy understands me. He gets me. And anyways, we made fast friends. Okay, story over.
Oh, too cute. Okay, this is a big one. Okay, so I'd been seeing on some of my feeds that come through, like with Nextdoor and some other like local things, that people are really riled up that there was a gentleman selling puppies out of the back of his vehicle in a parking lot. And I was like, I'm going to talk to Corey about this. So what do you think about people buying puppies from the back of vehicles? Because you're not going to get this is what people were saying. They're not going to have any medical history with them. If you buy from him, he's going to continue backyard breeding, so he'll do more. they were like, should get the police on him, blah, blah, blah. So over to you. What do you think?
Okay, well, full disclosure, when I was 19, I bought Mia out of the back of a truck in a parking lot. I had an arrangement with the guy, so I just happened to meet him somewhere, and he had the dog in the back of his truck in a parking lot. It was not his own parking lot in Alabama, actually. And she was very cheap. She's $350, best $350 I've ever spent. I mean, she's the dog and the logo right here. So overall, I would say very worth it for me. But I will say a number of things. The less you pay for a dog, the more you're probably going to pay for it later. It's not a hard rule of thumb, but if you buy a cheap dog from a crappy breeder or somebody buying, selling dogs out of the back of a vehicle, the dog is probably going to have some issues, and it's going to cost you a lot in vet bills throughout the dog's life. Yeah. Mia cost me thousands of dollars her first few years of life just due to like health issues and stuff like that. Yeah. And now she's cost me thousands of dollars as an old lady, throughout the year. So yeah, I would say overall, probably shouldn't buy a dog out of the back of a truck on the side of the road. Yeah, probably shouldn't do that. Probably not the best idea. It's going to cost you a lot. All those concerns are very valid. If you buy from a reputable, responsible breeder like we bought from Sully. What's her name again? Miracle
Nola.
Golden? No, not the lady's name. The dog's name. Miracle Golden or something? Golden Miracle? That's it.
Golden Miracles.
Yeah, Golden Miracle. She's great, by the way. That's why I'm plugging her on the show. Like if you buy from a responsible breeder, you're getting papers, the dog's parents and grandparents are. Normally responsible breeders will let you see where they live or where the dog's bred and kept, and they'll let you meet the mom and the dad, see the living conditions, things like that, right? Yeah. So you can see all that stuff whenever you buy from a reputable, responsible breeder. You don't get to see that when you buy the dog out of the back of a truck or from a backyard breeder. So you're not getting, medical records. You're not seeing where the dogs live or where they're kept or the conditions or anything like that. You're not meeting the parents. All that kind of stuff. So generally speaking, no, terrible idea. I would say if you're going to buy a particular breed dog, golden retriever, beagle, whatever, insert any breed, buy from a nice, reputable breeder.
You can even go to the rescues at the moment, go to animal shelters. There are specific rescue breeds, rescue companies for certain breeds. You can pick one up there, and that way you at least know they've had medical treatment.
Yeah, for sure. So I'd say that's the big one. And I'd say if you want a cheap dog and you don't have a lot of money to pay for a dog, go to a shelter. That'd be a way better idea than. Yeah. Now, the arguments that you get for backyard breeders and people, all the stuff you said, well, it's going to incentivize him to keep doing it. He's going to do more breeding, whatever it is. They're going to do that anyways. They're going to do it. Like crappy people do crappy things and they do them to animals. And so, like this guy, if he doesn't sell the puppies, well, one, somebody's going to buy the dogs because people buy puppies. That's just what people do. So somebody's going to buy the dogs, whether he sells them at the parking lot that he's selling them at, or he moves to a different parking lot, or he puts them on Facebook for $20. He's going to sell the dogs, period. Yeah. If he doesn't sell the dogs, what do you think is going to happen to the dogs long term? They're going to be living in his backyard in bad conditions. He might cull them, which means kill. So there's no telling what's actually going to happen to the dogs. So is it good that people buy them? No. Is it better that good people buy them so that they don't have bad lives long term? I would say yes, but he's going to probably breed dogs anyways. That's just what bad breeders do. They breed dogs, they make money, they buy more dogs, they breed more dogs. It's not a great thing. So if we want change to be made, we got to figure out ways to make changes that are, legal and moral and things like that. But if we want changes, like, complaining on Facebook's not the way to do it. It's not going to fix anything. Once again, not sticking up for backyard breeders, not saying you should buy a dog from a backyard breeder. I'm just saying that people are going to buy them anyways. Yeah. And if they don't, bad things are going to happen to the dogs. So
so if you do buy one, be prepared.
Because it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, know what you're getting into.
Yeah. One thing, now, to be fair, when I was 19, I bought Mia. I was very naive. I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, $350 for a Malinois. Yeah, a black one at that? Yeah, of course I'll buy that. Had no clue. And like I said, going back again, probably wouldn't do it again, but I do love the dog quite a bit. But wouldn't probably do this. I wouldn't do the same thing again. If I was going to buy another dog, I'd buy it from a very reputable breeder with papers and all this stuff, right? But if you're online it can be tough to know. So how do you know that you're buying from a backyard breeder or a crappy breeder? Number one is no health testing. Number two, won't show you paperwork. They have multiple litters at a time. I'd say another one would be multiple different types of dogs at the same time. So if like they breed Frenchies and Labs and Dobermans or whatever it is, like that is a backyard breeder. They make money off of breeding dogs. Poor environment, kept in dirty, cramped spaces, no socialization, pressure selling. They rush you to buy, offer discounts if you take a puppy today. Probably give you a deal if you buy a second puppy because they need to move puppies.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I would say another one is limited knowledge. They can't answer questions about the dog's breed, standard temperament, long-term health, things like that. Signs of a good breeder, we've already said this, but health testing and proof. They have limited litters. They are references available from past buyers or vets and things like that. They have a contract and a return policy. They socialize a puppy, lifelong support, and I mean, you still talk to your breeder to this day, or she keeps up with you on Facebook.
She keeps up with us because of pictures of Sol.
Yeah. So, anyways, overall, should you buy one? Probably not. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it, but that's it. That's my answer.
Yeah. The sad thing as well,
use a reputable breeder or go to a shelter. Period.
And so my other thought with that is, and sometimes unscrupulous people buy them to do horrible things like dog fighting and bait dogs and things.
Yeah. I've heard that for a long time. I've never actually seen that.
Well, I hope not.
Real life, though.
Yeah.
But maybe. Okay. Well, I think that's the show.
So, yeah, it is. Let's try and end on a positive. You were looking up something trivia and you said, I can't tell you about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was trying to decide. I'm just going to have Gideon edit in the question to the front part of the show.
Okay.
So I was trying to say if we do like a natural answering. Oh, here's the trivia answer. But I'll just answer to the question is A, Dalmatian. Their stamina and guarding instincts made them ideal carriage dogs, and that's also why they became closely associated with firehouses in later years. And then I asked, how did they become firehouse or known as firehouse dogs? They're carriage companions, so they were originally bred as carriage dogs. Speaking of, we have a Dalmatian in training right now. She was here yesterday.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Very gorgeous. Very vocal girly as well. But the breeder that she got the dog from actually trains the dog to be carriage dogs. And she does it at I feel like there's a local show that does it or something like that. But literally the Dalmatian is literally like walks behind the carriage at like 3 feet off leash, literally just walks behind the carriage and stuff. And they get judged for their points and everything.
Wow.
Very cool. She showed me a bunch of videos. I'm like, I did not know that. That is so cool.
That is fascinating. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, very cool.
I always associate
Them with the firehouse.
with firehouse,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to that in a second. So anyways, they were originally bred as carriage dogs. They trot alongside horse-drawn coaches, guarding the horses and property. Their stamina and natural affinity for horses made them perfect for this role. Firehouse connection in the late 17 and 1800s. Firehouses used horse-drawn fire wagons. Dalmatians were ideal because they could run long distances without tiring. Their presence calmed the horses around fire, chaos, and crowds, and they acted as sirens before sirens, running ahead to clear a path through the busy streets. So very interesting. The more you know. The more you know.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyways, well, guys, that's it. That's the show for today. If y'all like the show, if you thought it was fun, you learned something, thought it was funny, whatever it is, share it with a friend. And once again, if you're not subscribed to the show, click the follow button or subscribe button. That'd mean the world to me and Sally. It's going to help us grow our ratings and get boosted up in the algorithm and stuff. And once again, our goal here is to spread good dog training messages. So that's it. If you like the show, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.